Hello and welcome back to another game of GPL. This is round 2. I'm playing against Epid, who's on Elves. Elves is generally pretty scary though. I do think I have decent tools to deal with it. Speaking of settings on, being a particularly good answer to that kind of style of deck. Do definitely have to be a bit respectful. Fortunately I'm on the play, so this kind of slow draw does work just fine. So I'll just pretty easy keep. Settings on should catch me up. I have Juyu to get me mana. I do have to think about what this ocean monster is fetching. I'm fine with it being just an island. Popping pool can probably find me a gainless white source. I'll just play this tapped and pass the turn. I will need to draw some amount of controlling pieces, I guess is the way to put it. As well as some lands, because Millie Reality and Kamitai are not great cards in this matchup. Definitely a bit on the slower side, especially versus a dork. Mary is good, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to turn down a Mary, even though it is a bit awkward when I'm only on 2 lands. But this Juyu will almost certainly find me a 3rd land, which is good. Or not. Oh wait, no, there's a motion monster there. So, do hit a Sea Prophecy, which is good. And I feel pretty obligated to take the Ocean Monster here, even if the Weakling Lettuce would be excellent if I did hit a land. Yeah, a bit awkward, but I mean, I could be desperate and expect to cycle the cast out. If I don't hit a land, cycle the cast out, take, then play Weeping Lotus, and follow it with Setting Sun. I think taking the Ocean Monster is safer. Probably using my mouse, that doesn't happen. And that's my turn, pass back. Hope that nothing particularly scary comes out of Epid's turn. Modric Harrier is of course the scariest thing off the turn 1 dork. Fortunately Setting Sun does deal with it relatively cleanly. There's a Harrier. We'll need to see what is hit here, because if it's not a Hot Answer Liege, then don't have to worry about it as much. Granted, basically a Tumnal Watch. Okay, so that's not a ton of pressure. 5 damage on the board, though probably just 3. There's this channel probably gonna be swinging it, or gonna be tapping for mana. And the monster is a good draw. I think I just hold up Reweave Reality just in case there's a Lore Leaf or a Dreamsight Well that's played here. Yeah, and then if it doesn't happen, then it's kind of awkward, because I think I'm always going to be setting Sun on the following turn, but I think it's kind of what I have to do. I can fetch, I guess, a Lonely... I mean, I can fetch Airy Pillow, but at the same time, that's not even that great, because I would need to start being myself the Cumulus Horizon to play the Setting Sun. That's still probably worth it, probably. I don't think I want to cycle the cast out here, even if nothing's played that I want to counter, just because it does represent one of my few clean answers to a Lore Leaf or a Dreamsight Well. Attacks. So just go straight in. I don't really have anything to do, so I just take it. That makes me think that this is a Lore Leaf or a Dreamsight, because maybe they're trying to invoke an attack, a removal spell for me. Valdane's Liberator. Maybe that's worth countering, to be honest. Because it does get back a Tumnal Watch. Also, just okay with that, though. Possible counting it's right, but... Frontier Tracker. I guess I say okay to that, too. Yeah, I guess. Maybe I do cycle a cast out here. I do want to start ticking up towards this Mary, and I do have Sea Prophecy in exile. Again, it is just kind of a good card. I'll wait on it. I don't think I want to fetch a pillar here, because the mana situation's a bit awkward. Weeping Lotus. That's a good draw. So, not much to think about. Kind of need a Setting Sun here. Grab a Plains and a Full of Light, and then fire it off. Weeping Lotus does make a lot of my sequencing easier. Since I can go like Weeping Lotus, hold up Reweave, even without land hit. So, let's see what they get back off Liberator. I guess a Tumnal Watch, but could also see the Frontier Trackers maybe, not sure. I would really prefer them not to be in at 5 cards in hand. Like I did Wrath, but I guess I missed a land drop, so they can't necessarily even deploy that much here. And even if they did have a Harrier, they might not have the lands to play it. Same with the Leaf, they might just not play it. God Answer is a bit scary, but fine. That's not putting lethal. Ico. Don't mind an Ico. So I play Ico here, though. I do. Don't have a land, which isn't great, but I think Ico slows my opponent down by at least a turn, so I'll go with it. The missing land drops also means that Ico Plus is nastier. Don't think it's ever worth it to just bottom blood. I think if I'm bottoming blood, then I'd prefer to be Lotus plus Weave. My turn, I would prefer to hit a land drop, but it is what it is. Maybe regretting not cycling this cast out earlier when I had the chance to. I do hit the third land, so we'll have the opportunity to play a Harrier or a Dream Sight or something. I guess I can't play a Dream Sight because 2 elf lands. The Riders start ticking up. Riders are not a card I care very much about in this matchup. Like I'm sure that, like, they'll be threatening eventually, but I think in most situations, if I'm losing to Riders, I'm probably losing to everything else as well. Though I suppose it's possible. I suppose Riders does have some degree of Wrath resiliency. There's a Terminal Watch over putting the Quad Answer leads back in play. Presumably he's hitting Ico. I suppose it's not crazy to hit me. Like 10's not that healthy. Yeah, so they're thinking on it, which is fair. Ico Alt does do some amount of stuff here with Frontier Trackers. But -3 is argue the more scary part of Ico at the moment. Journey's End. Oh. I guess one thing about Riders is that's really bad to Ico for Riders. So okay, so I don't think I'm -3ing Ico. I think it was my first instinct on this turn. I think I do want to try to hit a land, which means I can Seek Prophecy or I can Ico on Juyu, another line. But I think I prefer to use Ico defensively instead of proactively. So I think I'm gonna go Seek Prophecy here, and then hope to hit a land, go Weeping Lotus, hold up Journey's End, and Ico probably the Token Elf. River Shrine, got a rebate on my Seek Prophecy, which is nice. I guess I just take lane. No reason to pay the extra life on Island, even if Island is probably slightly better here. Then let's go ahead and Weeping Lotus, and then go Ico Plus on the token, and then pass. And I do have everything I basically ever want set up. Hopefully we'll be able to protect this Ico into my following turn, if this Journey End does do a fair bit of work on the Rider. If they just go straight to attacks, I think I just let it go through. I think Ico +1 is just generally pretty valuable, since it clears up a lot of pesky permanents. If possible, I would like to keep this Lotus Petal in play. It's not worth sacking Ico to do so, but getting Mary down and picking is pretty good if I can keep it around. Like if they just go straight to attack, like they can't pressure kill Ico this turn, definitely letting that through. I suppose that I don't necessarily need the pedal if I just hit a land off the cast out. Let's just split the damage, which is interesting. I mean, I'm definitely fine with that happening. Maybe the Terminal Watch does blank the May -3 life gain. At least if my opponent's thinking on their feet a little bit. Since they can stack their board so I don't kill any creatures. Leaf is fine. Can't actually activate this unless they have a Forced lying around in hand, because they do have a bit of an awkward mana situation with 2 elf lands. But so far this is about as an ideal turn as I could imagine coming out from them, or like at least for me. Like, they even have a mana left over. I don't think I cycle the cast out, especially because I need a chance of Little Leaf. So I just take my turn. Academy's a good draw. And now I just May -3. Don't think there's too much, if any, nuance to that. We'll need to consider what to do with Ico on the following as well. We're just Icoing the Juyu pool. Yeah, so I could Ico the Lore Leaf. I guess Icoing the Lore Leaf is probably worthwhile over Icoing the pool, just because they are restricted on green mana. So let's do that. And then from here it seems like they're pretty light on outs. It'll take me a little bit to win the game, but I mean, I'm also scheduling next turn, have 2 planeswalkers, and like, I mean, yeah, like I think there are definitely like ambiguous board states where I'm leading. Like I think I'd have this, and like if May wasn't in play, for example, and if I was on like a bit less mana, I think could still definitely lose that game. I think here, I'm kind of, I don't think I can lose this game realistically. Also, yeah, I did blank on that. You can pay colorless for Ico, don't have to pay its cost, so it doesn't actually restrict their green mana, but it does put them pretty far like behind on mana. Like them having to fix their mana at this point is pretty sad, I guess. There's another Juyu. I guess I'm anti here. I guess I'm anti-Ico the Lowleaf. And I guess I can reweave if I wanted to. I could, yeah, whatever. I'll just anti. Look for some more lands. There's a land, I guess, which is fine. May pluses on nothing. Ico pluses on the Lowleaf. And yeah, they scoop it up. So sideboarding is kind of interesting. Anti seems pretty win more here. Definitely want Setting Sun. Definitely want Cohort. Reweave seems really slow, especially on the draw. Event Horizon seems excellent. Cast Out seems fine. Johnny seems fine. May is obviously good. Ico was really impressed with that game, even if I did have a few doubts going in. Arm's Way seems a bit low impact. Toddy seems good, both for the 1/1s and the tutor prevention. I guess the tutor prevention only hits Lowleaf, so I'm being Sworn Cohort in. I guess Confining Priest is also probably good, even if it just adds a Toddy target. Sunder History. I could be convinced on Sunder History, but it does only hit 6 cards for them. Lowleaf and Dreamsight. Like, it's not bad, but a Johnny seems fine. You need 2 cuts here. I guess I don't really want to draw multiple Jennies ever in this matchup. Cast Out. I mean, maybe Cast Out is too expensive, but I do want an answer to a Resolved Lowleaf or Dreamsight. Let's block, Setting Sun. I do need to win the game. Yes, I sought out on a Jenny. God. I sought out Weeping Lotus. Feels weird, but whatever, I'll go with it. Weak on some draws. A bit on the slow side. Well then. The hubris of my mana base is getting to me. This, I think I keep this. Like I do have decent chances at Sinkhole on turn 1 if I hit a blue source. Though at the same time, like, Wench on the draw. God, this is really close though. I think I'll mulligan though. I don't even have any. I don't have my sideboard cards. This looks pretty good. There's 2 of my sideboard cards. And Lotus Bounds doesn't do anything in this matchup, so I'm pretty happy with that mulligan. Even though I think if I did draw now on turn 1, the first hand is way better. Lowleaf turn 1. Not exactly what I want to see. But if I grab an island with Ocean Monastery to Seek Prophecy, that kind of wrecks my mana. So I guess going Airy Pillow also wrecks my mana. I'll just play Airy Pillow. I'm kind of locked into turn 2 cohort, but I'll manage. Not that likely that I'd Confining Priest turn 2. I guess maybe there's actually nothing that I'd turn 2 Confining Priest. At least play it over cohort. Yeah, I guess there's nothing, because Wild Answer Liege isn't hit by it. That's 5/5s, meaning unreasonably large. It's probably possibly just slow roll, I guess. Not taking up the Lowleaf, Planet Forest, or a fast roll by taking up the Lowleaf and putting land in play. Definitely not exactly what I want to see here. At the same time, I don't think I'm regretting not bringing the Sunder Histories, just because I'm like pretty far behind in tempo. I guess if this is Act 2, then I'm regretting it a bit, but I do still have Event Horizon as a cheap draw way to get out of it, so the Jenny's actually fine here. Do need some kind of threat, even if I probably wouldn't be like looking for a Jenny off of Seek Prophecy. And admittedly, even with a Lowleaf online, it's not necessarily game over. Even if I can't answer it, just because Setting Sun does deal with whatever the hell they can put into play. Well, it defines Setting Sun, of course, but does answer it. We'll see if this is like a Harrier or if this is a tutor for Lawleaf. Like a tutor. If they're looking for a Dream Spinner, like they're looking for a Harrier. I guess it's possible they sided out Dream Spinner in this matchup, depending on how they want to play it. Just because Dream Spinner is a bit overkill in this matchup. There's a Frontier Trackers, Sinkhole. I'm just gonna Seek Prophecy. I don't think Sinkhole like does anything relevant here because that fully triggers on cast. I'll Seek Prophecy looking for a Event Horizon or something. There's an Event Horizon. There's a Toddy. I mean they did just area, but like I really want all three of these cards, but I'll just take the Event Horizon. They don't get buried under card advantage. The other two cards I can hopefully find later. And then I guess might as well play the Plains. Even though I'm probably playing that untapped anyways. But not let them get any more value. This is kind of awkward, but I'll manage. I don't think it's ever reasonable to like leave them in play with a fully active Lawleaf. Even if I'm like not dead immediately, like I just don't have the tools to deal with it. And even if I did have the tools to deal with it, it finds like another Lawleaf. I think it's possible they have one in hand right now anyways. More like a Dream Sight or something. They do have 6 of them in total. And have seen 13 cards. I guess 2 of those were, I guess quite a few of those were not, I can tell are not Dream Sight or Lawleaf. So maybe it is pretty comforting being on 20 here. But like, even if they have a particularly good turn, with like Harrier into Far Dance the Liege and like play a Far Dance Liege, that's actually answered like relatively cleanly by going a Johnny into Confining Priest. And then I have Cohort to block and a potential Far Dance the Liege hit against a Johnny. Green Spinner, okay. It's a bit scary. Very good Confining Priest target though. Like I've connected, so I'm just gonna nip my game in case something bad happens. Come back. And now they get a bit of a mana chain. Harrier will find something that they can tap to Dream Spinner. That'll give them 2 more mana to play some more stuff. Will be punished. I guess we'll see if they play more cards here. But they are playing into Setting Sun a bit. I guess they can't really avoid playing in Setting Sun. At least not playing into Mary. Will we be able to put up pretty good amount of defense to this? The Confining Priest does answer Dream Spinner. One Cohort holds back a lot of things. They just don't have that much power on board to begin with. Hellbound's Liberators. Lawleaf. Definitely don't like to see Lawleaf, but I guess I have some amount of time to deal with it. Mary. Oh, Mary is a good draw. Because a Johnny does curve into that. And the entire board's odd, which is nice. Because the Johnny will have protection from everything. Grab a Pool of Light. Go for Johnny. The Johnny will plus. Oh, I do need to think about that a bit. And then Confining Priest will with the Dream Spinner. I guess it is actually kind of important to note that out of toddy targets is not good. Additionally, it's probably also important to note that Confining Priest will die to Mary, which is also not good, but I guess I don't really have much choice. I guess I can even that Confining Priest and attack intentionally before blowing stuff up with Mary. It probably depends on what they attack with, though. I just like never want to give them Dream Spinner, but I will have to do so at some point. Well, there's another Dream Spinner, so if they attack with the Liberator, I'm probably jumping. I guess Mary does answer the Dream Spinner on a +1, presumably. Oh, that's Dream Sight. Okay. And this is gonna start to get out of hand kind of quickly. At the very least, I will need to start drawing better than I have been to keep up with this. But, like, I can kind of keep up with this, kind of, in, like, a very, like, idealistic sense, I guess. Decides to put in 11 cards, it looks like, which means probably no Become a Mist, I imagine is what they didn't bring in. So we'll see how much they can do here. Imagine that's quite a bit, but hopefully they don't have a Modrix Harrier here. That would make the Liberators 3/3, so they can get back the Harriers. Far Dance Liege is fine. And they're all kind of running out of cards here. Like, I guess they have 2 Liberators to play, so maybe that's not exactly a fair assessment. I guess maybe I can consider lines with the Mary not wrathing, because they are kind. I mean, I can just hope that they brick. No, I guess I can't, because Lawleaf is there. Yeah, this is not the best situation. Yes, it looks like they're out of stuff. This is good. Now I'll have to consider how to play this. Keeping lettuce is not exciting. What can I grab with Swan Cohort? Ico and Nebula, or not Nebula, what is Sedina? Anzan, Body. I guess Anzan isn't the craziest fetch. It's probably just Toddy that I fetch. Really would have liked another Mary, but I guess I attack before doing anything. 3 damage, might as well. I guess it's -1 life. Yeah, whatever. I'll swing in. I guess reads really hard as a Wrath, but not really much I can do about it. I'll just take it. No, I can't really think about any like consequences or anything, so I just have to marry. Movie. I'm gaming what 7-9 here. This is a good bit. Active player, non-active player, so my opponent doing sense. So non-active player, well, active player, non-active player. So my opponent will resolve your things first, or their things first. And I will be fetching, I guess, an Ico, a Toddy. I guess it kind of has to be Ico to deal with the life. That's not even good. Really, like, I don't think it really matters what they get back as far as what I fetch. Yeah. I guess if I had like a legendary Shikai's out or something. I don't have that. Yeah, so I just fetch an Ico, I guess. No, it's pretty awful. I'll fetch. I need to fetch Nebula, not Nebula. Arch. I'll just fetch Body, whatever. I'm not gonna think about this too hard. But yeah. I think if this Dream Spinner wasn't in play, I'd have like decent chances here. But like even then, the like area cleans up the Mary because of the Frontier Tracker. Yeah, you just kind of fell behind being on the draw. Let's because what if I was on play, I'd be able to answer the whole life before I got the first tutor. I guess I don't have answers to like everything they have here because they do have like Dreamsight Lore Leaf plus the original Lore Leaf. So yeah. And then it looks like Lore Leaf is just fetching Harrier. I'll probably just see my draw step and then concede if it's not like specifically setting Sun. I guess I had Janny 0 as well. That's another card. And I mean, if I do find settings on here, then I'm not in the worst spot possible. I guess I'm still in a pretty bad spot. Like I need to like run them out of resources. I suppose it's like possible. Reconnect again, which is annoying. Okay, so playing out their 1-drops, not came with the Lore Leaf Realm, because I think his Dream Sight is about to be turned off. Yep, and there's the area. One hope I have for game 3 is that I am able to counter anything my opponent has. Not need to play catch up. Have the turn 1 sinkhole, you know. Not that turn 1 sinkhole would help this game, because Lore Leaf. But next game I'll be on the play, so better odds of that. Liberator means that they'll be able to get some back, which is annoying. Even if I do hit the settings on. So I suppose it's like what's in the sideboard that they can grab off? Dream Sight. They don't have that many threats in the sideboard. I mean, Hegemony Monarch is a threat. That I'll have to deal with. I guess Riders. Yeah, I guess I can't deal with Riders if they find it. I guess I'll recant a bit on my game 1. Riders is not a card I care about too much. Statement. Granted, like me having any outs this game is really optimistic. Yep, and there's the Rider. At least Rider number 1. They did run out the Dream Sight. That won't draw more cards anymore. But they have 5 cards in hand and big board and need me to, and I need to draw a specific out, so they're not looking too hot. I suppose maybe they can forget that these can attack and they just like don't kill Mary, maybe. I suppose even here I'm kind of slightly screwed because the Liberator can get back a Rider. I'll have to deal with that Rider. I guess I do have Toddy, and Toddy blanks a lot of stuff. I will need to, like, killing is maybe a bit optimistic. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose this game makes me more interested in bringing Sun to history. I guess I'm on the playing after game 2, so a bit better than on the draw. Just because I'm not losing the as much tempo. Bounces back, settings on perhaps. I go after 0 here. And don't have the settings on, so that's game. Weeping Lotus. I think I'd like having one sided out. I guess actually what I'll do is I'll let it cast out for some Sunders. A Johnny, Weeping Lotus. On the play, I guess I don't need Weeping Lotus as much. Means end. Yeah. It's kind of weird to side out Weeping Lotus, but on the play, I guess Toddy isn't as good. But it's still really good. Lotus. Weeping Lotus better than Johnny, yeah. Maybe. Johnny being card draw is nice. So they are kind of similar cards. I think I'm fine with 2 Johnny, 2 Weeping Lotus. This is definitely a matchup that it's entirely possible I'm just sideboarding straight up wrong in. It's possible I just need Amitai to win. At the same time, Amitai doesn't do that much if in some board states. So I don't know. Because if Amitai can get cleared, then it's pretty bad. But and I think I like Echo on the play. Did a lot in game 1. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I mean, I get Sigil definitely seemed wrong. It doesn't really stop anything. Toddy. Maybe Toddy is too passive. Yeah, I think I'm Toddy being too passive to play 3. And I should be playing more Johnny instead. Or like a cast out Johnny. I think I like a Johnny. I think if I'm not playing an Amitai, I do want a Johnny for the card draw. Even if it is just 1 card per turn. I guess maybe it makes sense to side out Weeping Lotus entirely. Because without Amitai, it's not as good. And I'm just like not that high end. Yeah, I've talked myself into it. So that'll get me a cast out, and I guess I will. I think there might be a chance that Amitai is just the way for me to lock down the game stably. Because Amitai is probably the best fetch target off Stone Cohort last game instead of Toddy. Makes me more on board with it. Weave still seems bad. Body. Yeah. We're definitely looking for Sinkhole turn 1, because I'm always looking for Sinkhole turn 1. This has most of what I want. Like, this isn't quite wrong halving, but like, because I do want all these cards. I do have everything. I mean, I guess I keep this. I'm not in love with this hand, but this is the hand that you like. It is worth. It's not a good keep, but I think it's worse than Mulligan. Just because like you're not actually missing that much. Like an Ajani makes this hand really good. Even like a Seek Prophecy, a Juyu, and a Ajani. Even I hit a Sunder History on Event Horizon to deal with a Law Leaf or whatnot. Like those still fix the hand basically entirely. Because it means that there's like no threat that I'm super concerned about. Mobile is good because that means that there's no Law Leaf on turn 1. Yeah, Frontier Track is fine. Seek Prophecy. Yeah. Let's see, so might as well play an Academy. No, he's into Lotus Bands. So we'll have to think on Journey's End versus Key Block here. I think if Far Dancer Leech comes out, then like Journey's End it. Yeah. I think I Journey's End this and don't Key Block it. I suppose there's the option of not doing anything, but I think I'm not guaranteed to hit on my lands, so and like I don't necessarily want to Setting Sun. I don't want to put myself in a situation where I have to Setting Sun, I guess is the way to put it. Because if I do have to Setting Sun, then that gives an opportunity for Dream Side or a Low Leaf to be landed. Bottoms, Seek Prophecy, Prophecy. Looking for like basically everything here. Those are not basically everything. I guess I take cast out, I guess. And there's like some logic to Sinkhole, but I think I take cast out. Yeah, my mana doesn't super work with Sinkhole. If I had like Nebula here, I'd be more on board, but I do not. So I guess I have to think what happens. Maybe I should have taken Sinkhole, because like if my opponent just goes like land area here, it's kind of awkward. It's like I want a Settings on it, but like I can try and Settings on it, but I don't have a 4th land. So it's inconsistent even with the cast out. I like want to, like I kind of want to key block it too, but then I don't have a counterspell. I suppose at this point, like counterspells aren't really hitting Law Leaf. And I guess they don't necessarily have the double green for a Dream Sight, especially with this land. So kind of helped out a bit by that too. I guess if a hair does come down, I'm just key blocking it. I think if a Raw Dancer Liege comes down, I'm letting it resolve. Like, I do kind of want to cycle this cast out if nothing happens, or if nothing critical that I need to answer happens. Just because I do want to play into the Setting Sun. Don't want to weaken my own cards. Even though they can maybe suspect that I do have it, because I did bottom the Setting Sun and took the cast out. It's kind of a weird play. Harrier, yeah, I think I decided I was keep blocking that, so Juyu. I think I'd go for what? I'd go for Seek Prophecy here first. I'm probably just playing both, but I think what I hit off the Seek Prophecy is probably more telling as to what I'm doing with the Juyu, as opposed to the other way around. Yeah, I guess I'm not grabbing one mana thing off the Juyu, so can just take the tap land. And then Juyu. And I guess this is a good heart to grab, because that does let me play Mary next turn. Would've, not my favorite thing, but I'll manage. I did get them free reign for a turn, but it's gonna be that big a deal, because pretty unlikely to get any value. They're pretty unlikely to get any value out of Dream Sight and Lower Leaf, kind of the same. I'd be a bit more concerned if they had a second Frost, which now they have. That does let them cast Dream Sight and go Lower Leaf plus tutor on the same turn. But even with the second Frost, I'm feeling pretty okay. Because they don't do something, because there's feels like pretty low chances that they'll be able to. I guess Mary is answered by Modric's area, because the Frontier Tracker token. But they decide to just improve. And if they just improve Price, I'm really happy, because Mary just plus ones. Yeah, I'm static. And yeah. Thunder History too, just in case I need something. And turns out this heart was what I needed all along. Because now I get to marry a turn ahead of schedule, even if I, oh, yeah, just straight up concedes. Fair enough. They didn't really have anything going on that game. Oh, so they did slap. They had a couple opportunities where Lower Leaf would have been resolvable, and would have brought them back in the game, but just like a bunch of random things that aren't super synergistic. They are a bit out of it. That's definitely rough, because like they kind of presume that I have the settings on, so I can't play into it, but the Fox views are kind of interesting. Yeah, because I guess this is kind of getting off topic, because this is not talking about their deck building. But if they do have Fog Spheres here, because like Fog Sphere is like a really bad aggressive threat, like deceptively so into control. Because like I mean, even in this matchup, which like I'm playing like pretty clunky cards, they do just get picked up on by the setting sun, and like they don't apply aggressive pressure. But at the same time, if they protect the Lower Leaf and the Dream Sight, and they're like, well, like you can get down Lower Leaf, then you can get down a Fog Spear. You can just kind of time warp your opponent, not to get a value. Then maybe it makes sense. In this particular matchup, I mean, it definitely would have helped here with the kind of clunky mid-range hand. I don't think Self-Suspicion is in the format. I guess I can check whether Self-Suspicion is in the format. Yeah, no. But yeah, my deck is definitely a bit susceptible to, I guess it's a bear, right? Donald Bear? Yeah, I don't know if there's anything good for them. I guess Daisy. Yeah, and Daisy doesn't... I guess Daisy kind of works here. But, like, at the same time, they're, like, kind of low on green sources. Like, it protects Harrier. Doesn't protect Far Dancer Liege. Protects Riders. Yeah. Definitely one of the things with Elves is that the sideboard is, like, non-existent. Daisy was kind of crazy when she was at the free sack mode. Because like she's actually that's pretty efficient as an anthem. I mean that like Gillo is. Like I guess Gillo is like not that easy to enable, but and does good trample. But it's just like pretty easy to turn Daisy on. Which +1/+1 anthem. Sack mode is like it's a decent amount of things, so you do need to kind of build around it. Yeah. But yeah, Mary definitely a key card in this matchup at the very least. Got up all 3 games very kindly of her, and did a lot all 3 games. Took over the game basically immediately. And even like in game 2, if like things like shifted a bit so that Mary didn't die immediately, that would give me some amount of outs, even if I was like horribly far behind. And that's become a lot more reasonable, I think, than what I was planning on. So like Mary plus Aiko would have been a win condition there. Yeah, and underpass no does not really work. Underpass no is actually, I think they printed caught on Banner Magic that gave X-Proof an indestructible, which I remember being like a big thing like recently. I don't know, maybe there was one printing when Unpass came out, but I remember that being like people complaining about that. I think I was complaining about that too, because like, what is the Hexproof and indestructible? I just want my subdue to kill stuff. Why does it stop my subdue? But I should get going. Not too long in a match. They're pretty slow in general. But we'll be going into round 3 2-0, which I am pretty happy with, obviously. I wonder how game 1 would have went if I was on draw. 'Cause like I was kind of crushing game 1. Like there's a couple doubts. There's like a couple doubts in game 3, like before I hit found the. Wait, so did I just misevaluate game 3? I had Mary hand the entire game, right? Yeah, I guess I just didn't notice that Haunt let me turn 5 Mary. But in game 1, I guess I Wrath on 4, Echo. Yeah, I guess it was scary from my perspective, but yeah, they had double Dream Set Realm in hand. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. So yeah, not much we could have done here. Had everything going on. We had nothing going on. So yeah, thanks for listening to my long tirade of the game. See you in the next round.